It's really sad because we live in a day and age where so many of the people that are completely, entirely, and totally asleep look at this stuff and don't see it for what it is. They don't understand any of this crap. They don't get it that this is a green screen. They don't get it that these beheadings aren't real whatsoever. It doesn't dawn on them how the most comprehensive, all-encompassing, always watching, always listening, omnipresent, always there intelligence apparatus is simply turned in on its own citizens, while these people seem to roam freely, no problem whatsoever at all. And while channels like my own and many other Americans, veterans, people that are trying to wake people up using facts, using the own paperwork from the corporations that have infected our entire government, while we're all being slowed down, shut down, censored almost out of existence, at any given time you can simply type in Allah and ISIS and you'll find a tribute video. Because apparently terrorists singing about Allah and killing infidels, that doesn't violate any copyrights whatsoever at all. It's just all good. That's the world that we live in right now. And while every single solitary time you turn around, there is a new alphabet agency that is encroaching via your toaster, your refrigerator, your cell phone, your computer, your television, or any other electronic apparatus. And if you don't like it, you're labeled a terrorist somehow. How does all of this stay swept under the rug? Because I hear it all the time from these sound asleep people. If any of these things you were saying were real, we would read about them in the magazines. We would hear about it from our news people. Well, maybe you wouldn't, because they've bought the media. Now, this is really old news. This is from 2013. So chances are in the last 4 years, it's been conglomerated down to just one company. In 1983, when I was just a young man, over 90% of American media was owned by 50 different corporations. In 2011, General Electric, what do they make? War. Disney, what do they make? Pornography and hypnosis for your children. The All-Seeing Eye, CBS, Time Warner, Viacom. Everything is encompassed under one thing. Do you think this News Corp is going to tell you the truth about the shysters on Wall Street when it's owned by Wall Street? This is an old figure. If all of this was really going on, we would know about it. Somebody would say something. Somebody would stop something. Well, here's the facts. All of my videos have been demonetized. All of my videos, I have to ask for a human to actually review them, see if it's okay for me to play what I play. But as long as you're singing about Allah and how heavy the weapons are and the soldiers that you're fighting and the Americans and every other person that doesn't believe in your satanic Allah God thing, that's all good. That's no problem. If you recall, about 6 or 7 months ago, I put up a video saying, "Excuse me, YouTube, why is it that you're allowing hardcore gay underage pornography to remain on YouTube?" The video had over 500 million views. Do you know what their retort was? I got a copyright strike and my video got taken down. So whose side do you think YouTube is on? Whose side do you think everything's on? Who do you think owns YouTube? Who do you think owns everything? Exactly. This Bob Dole, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump looking little fella holding these 4 strings up here. 6 corporations, that's old news. And anybody that tries to shed light on who the real terrorists are, what the real terrorists are, well, they'll be interrogated and sacked for exposing CIA NATO arming of the terrorists. That's how they control it. That's how it all stays under wraps. We live in a time right now where things are changing really, really rapidly. And it's very difficult to walk through this particular reality without having a certain amount of hate in my heart for the people that are allowing this to happen for the sake of technology. People are giving up all their rights. People are giving up everything. There are more and more people in this country that are growing up that will never know how to do these things. No one will ever understand. No one will have a skill. Everything is pushing towards technology taking over absolutely everything, including art, literature, movie making, blah, 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 blah. And the elites will give everybody else that's remaining, the dumbed down, the overweight, the incredibly stupid, the apathetic, the immoral creatures that are beginning to crawl out of every crack and crevice of this earth. They'll give them the universal basic income, which is basically a handout. And every single solitary time you flush your toilet, open your refrigerator, turn on your water, look out the window, view social media, you'll be docked credits. So there'll be no cash. There'll be no anything. This is universalbasicincome.com, and it's been around for a long time. And I started telling you about this over a year ago, and it's looking more and more like what's going to happen. And so many studies have been done on this exact thing. Look at the ghettos and look at the slums of the world where people receive welfare or handouts and there are no job opportunities, and every store has a gun store, a drug dealer, or a liquor store on the corner. What happens? Exactly. Dog eats dog. It all goes horribly wrong, and they are well aware of this. I don't know where that picture of beavers came up, but whatever. This is the road that we're on right now. Nobody's going to tell you. The only people that are going to tell you are the only people being censored. If ISIS can go on YouTube freely, think about that. Yet myself, FaceLikeTheSun, Nicholson 1968, TrueStream Media, all the other channels that you try to watch to get an idea of what's happening or what's coming down the pike, well, we're all being censored out of business. At any rate, Richie from Boston. Like, share, subscribe, or don't.